Welcome back to another episode of Mac Music Review. I'm your host, Mac, and today we're looking at the album Rehab by Lecrae, and this is the album cover. Rehab is Lecrae's most critically acclaimed album. It is known as his best album. This thing has 17 songs on it. It came out after Rebel, which I think was a really high quality Lecrae album. To this day, I still really enjoy it. I still really like this album. It's good. And then you have this album, which has got 17 full-length songs on it. And this, interestingly, what really sets Rehab apart from other Lecrae albums in my mind is the concept. Because this is actually a concept album. It's the only concept album he has. And has the concept of rehab, of him checking himself into rehab. And this is kind of a loose concept. It is referenced, the concept of rehab is referenced on the song Divine Intervention when he explains what intervention means. And, you have all these songs, and all these songs are like him saying stuff, like, you can imagine him saying it to like a therapist at rehab and talking to people about all this stuff that's going on. And then you have Release Date, where he gets out this big epic song where he's like, hey, I'm out of counseling. And then there's a bonus track called I Love You, which is a love song. A very upbeat, happy love song. Anyway, concept album in a way, which is neat. Is this the best Lecrae album? And the website Jesus Freak Hideout actually gave this a 5-star rating. So, is it? You could also ask, is it 5 stars? Even though I'm not doing this on an episode of Is This or That. Still, you could ask, is it 5 stars? Is this the best Lecrae album? Is this a great album? Unfortunately, I'm going to hit you with a hard no. This thing has a pretty solid first half and last half. And this album works pretty well when the lyrics try to be serious, when the songs are like really try to be big and ambitious. Songs that do this well are Check-In, Killa, Divine Intervention, like songs that have like an ambitious and very clear theme, and the music is like where the music tries to be really serious and big. I think he does hit the mark. When he misses the mark on this album is when he tries something that's like more like down to earth and like lighter and more upbeat. And songs like this are, Used to Do It Too, which is just a much more upbeat, fun attitude. The song High, which is legit like one of the cringiest songs I've ever heard. There's a female singer does the chorus on this one, and it's about the cringiest thing ever. Where you got pride on low, faith on high, and it just continues with the super cringy lyrics. And it's cringe level off the charts. Another thing this album suffers from on these songs that have the less ambitious music, the ones that are more down to earth and supposed to be fun and like more careless and more upbeat. I don't know why I'm doing quotes on all those words. Is the electronic music production. Rebel sounds good with its electronic music. Even if you could come across as cheesy, it actually is well produced and it actually does sound good. Stuff on this has not aged well at all. It's aged terribly, in fact. Songs like New Shalom with its really deep-voiced chorus and then really cringy electronic music that sounds really bad. 40 Deep has the exact same problem. You also have songs like Walking on Water, which has really lame production and a really lackluster hook. And then you're good. And then everything else on this thing is solid. The next couple songs, God Is Enough, is cheesy and super overtly Christian and preachy as it can get. It just literally feels like you're getting like a really cheesy like Sunday school lesson or whatever. Like literally the lesson is like a 4-year-old kind of Sunday school lesson. But it's an enjoyable song because the music is actually, this is the only like upbeat song that really works. The music actually is enjoyable. The chorus is good. I like this song. It's a good song, in my opinion. And the next couple tracks, Boasting is really strong. Background is really solid. New Reality is really strong. And then you have Release Date, which is good. And I like the song I Love You. It's the other really upbeat song in this thing that actually works because it's sweet. It's heartfelt. It's a love song. I think it's probably Lecrae's most heartfelt love song. Despite the super upbeat, positive, poppy, pop rap music, I think it's still a good song. The lyrical content on this thing is solid basically the whole way through. It's not as good as it is on Rebel. It's not as storytelling, and I mean, even though occasionally the lyrics on this thing are really good. They're really good on the song Killa, where he's having a conversation with like temptation and lust, and he's trying to fight against it, and it's kind of in the same way that Indwelling Sin is on Rebel, where he's like kind of having a conversation with it, and it works very well, especially with the hook. Someone playing the role of lust, and she does a good job. And then you have the songs like Divine Intervention's good. Just Like You is the best song on this thing because of the lyrics. It's about not having a father. It's about Lecrae growing up without a father figure, and so he's clinging to this older male, and he's like, basically as a father figure, he just has the need for a father figure, saying he wants to be exactly like this person, and saying this person really wasn't the best role model, but he absolutely wanted to be exactly like this guy because he needed to have a father figure. He needed to have some strong guy to look up to and to want to strive to be like. So, and it's a really, really good song. It's a really good song. And then Gotta Know is another solid song. And you know, this album has a bad middle section, but the beginning, the first couple tracks and the last couple tracks are actually pretty solid. Not a bad album. And more good than bad. Definitely got plenty of good songs on this thing. I'm going to give it 3.5 star rating out of 5. Knock that out. Yeah, I don't agree with the hype, man. This is definitely not the best Lecrae album, especially since the middle half of this album is so weak, even though the rest of the album is actually pretty solid. Like, this is a lot of good songs. And once again, I would say, if you're not a Christian, I don't think you would get any enjoyment out of this album, because it's, once again, this is his last super overtly preachy album. After this, he did Gravity, and Gravity was, you know, he still kind of did wear his faith on his sleeve, but nearly as much. And I mean, the song like God Is Enough, like, that is so preachy and stuff. It's like, if you're not a Christian, I don't think you would get much out of this album. But it's not bad. It's a solid album. You know, it's not terrible. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day.